With the end of the 2025 season, Formula One also closed the chapter on the ground effect era. While the FIA believes the regulations moved the sport in the right direction, it has openly admitted that the rules were far from perfect. One of the biggest concerns was dirty air, which became a growing problem again over the final 2 seasons, limiting close racing despite the original goals of the concept. Another major issue was ride height sensitivity. To unlock maximum performance, teams were forced to run their cars extremely low and stiff. Porpoising exploded onto the scene in 2022, and although the worst of it was reduced, the physical toll on drivers never fully disappeared. Drivers regularly complained of discomfort, with Max Verstappen once remarking that his back felt like it was falling apart during races. Looking back, the FIA acknowledged it underestimated how critical ride height would become. Single-seater director Nikolas Tombazis explained that the shift toward ultra-low ride heights was a miss in the original regulations. It wasn't something that teams or the FIA flagged early enough, and by the time it became clear, the season was already underway and changes were no longer feasible. The initial porpoising was also not anticipated, even though teams eventually managed to limit its impact. The FIA rejected the idea that stricter suspension rules would have solved the problem. While such changes might have offered teams different setup options, they were not seen as a primary fix for ride height sensitivity or porpoising behavior. Running cars so low created another knock-on effect: excessive plank and skid wear. This became a recurring headache, highlighted by high-profile disqualifications and investigations over the past few seasons. Inspecting planks is time-consuming, and with teams using different floor and skid designs, consistent policing proved difficult. While more standardization could have simplified enforcement, the FIA pushed back against the idea of turning Formula One into a spec series. Tombazis noted that while full standardization would eliminate loopholes and issues like porpoising, it would also strip F1 of its identity as a technological battleground. Different teams also face unique reliability concerns, particularly with sensitive components like power units and energy recovery systems, making a one-size-fits-all solution unrealistic. Looking ahead to 2026, the FIA is cautiously optimistic. The next-generation cars will still use ground effect, but with much simpler floors and reduced sensitivity to ride height. This should naturally raise optimal ride heights and significantly reduce the risk of porpoising. While the FIA isn't ruling out surprises once the cars hit the track, confidence is higher that the next era will deliver a smoother, healthier, and more predictable platform for teams and drivers alike.